This week's question is, does thermal paste affect gaming? My name is Steve, this is TQA Weekly. I just want to point out that these episodes will now be actually published every Sunday evening as opposed to every Thursday evening. If you were looking for it, sorry, but I decided to move the day. The next thing, this is a question I get asked a lot on my channel, and usually when I do this question, I also get trolled a lot on this subject by people who like to say that air is a very good conductor of heat and that they don't need to use thermal paste. Your comments will be deleted, and if you push, you will be banned. Period. There will be no comebacks. When I put the ban hammer down, I never give you a second chance. So you have been warned. So we're going to start off with a few different details that have to do with thermal transfer and why thermal paste is going to be very important. Starting off with the very basics, air is a very good insulator, a very poor conductor. It's not dense enough. So obviously can't do a very good job. We can use water to conduct heat very well, but we can't use air. It simply isn't dense enough to do that specific task. The next thing is that there are many different metals used for heat spreaders and heat sinks. They don't all contract and expand at the same rate depending on each of the temperatures, and therefore that does pose a problem. We don't know if they're going to curve or flatten, if the imperfections in the surfaces are going to grow or shrink. We don't know any of that when we're building our computers. We're not experts, and because they don't mill these surfaces flat, because they're not going to do that because it's not cost effective, we do need to replace the air with something else. Thermal paste is fortunately malleable, thermally conductive, and usually does not conduct electricity. Some do, but that's extremely rare. And because of that, it will move between the surfaces and allow heat to move from the heat spreader over to a heat sink, allowing the computer to get rid of the heat from the processor cores. Not getting rid of the heat from the processor cores allows the temperature to rise and rise and rise, and they do have a basic maximum in which they can operate. If we pass the maximum that these processors can operate in, they will either shut down or short out. We don't want that, and the actual slowing down of the computer, thermal throttling, usually occurs before this, and that's also something we don't want to have. That is solved by having more than good enough cooling, as well as the use of thermal paste and just keeping the computer clean and healthy. Because if you don't have dust and the thermal paste is still good and everything is basically powerful enough to get rid of the heat inside of the computer, then you won't have any of those problems to begin with. So let's say you're using your thermal paste, you apply the right amount, you have your heat sinks and fans and all that set up. How does this affect your gaming? Well, it affects your gaming in a very specific way. Provided that you never have to experience thermal throttling, you will have more and more frames per second show up on your screen. If you are playing games that are fast-paced, having more frames in front of you means more information. More information means better reflexes. Better reflexes means that you have a much better performance. So the faster your computer can function, the better it is for you. Thermal paste does affect gaming in a truly positive way by allowing you not to experience problems with heat buildup. And that is definitely something that is a bonus. So if you're ever wondering whether or not you should reapply your thermal paste because it's all dry and crusty, do it, because you'll have a much better experience. In fact, if your thermal paste is dry and crusty, remove it, clean the surfaces on both sides, add a thin layer of thermal paste, you don't need that much, and continue gaming. Because the only way you're going to win against others is by having a lower temperature and a higher core clock. The higher you can get that core clock, the better. So if you liked this episode, like it, dislike it. If you didn't, share with those you think can benefit from this, and don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions for topics, email me at ask@tqaweekly.com or go to my website, tqaweekly.com, where you can see the show notes on this episode, past others, find other ways of subscribing, and of course, use the contact form and email me directly. And if you want to see me play video games, go to twitch.tv/ZXS1981, where I am playing Watch Dogs Legion at the moment with one of my friends. And I do that every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. She's not always there, but she does appear every once in a while. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.